old dirty bastard. There's no irony there. I met him once. He told me he changed his name from Old Dirty Bastard to Baby Jesus. And he got that name. I said, where'd you get to come up with Baby Jesus? And he goes, Wonder Woman gave it to me on Batman Island. Your brain's garbage, dude. Did you print out the sponsors?
No, but I can.
Please do. So we have a new thing we're doing, apparently. This might be a common thing, but I'm going to do a very short show today. We'll take some calls, not for long. But I did a show with Anthony Cumia of Opie and Anthony. Opie wasn't available, unfortunately. We tried, and then we talked to various agents, and they said, would you be happy with his sidekick, Anthony Cumia? And we said, no. We obviously want the Obster. We want the Eye of the Storm. We want the main guy. We want Batman of Batman Island. We don't want Robin. But they go, Opie's very busy. He's talking to Joe Rogan. And he's got his new podcast called Me on the Beach on Instagram, where he just points. I think Opie points his camera at the beach to say, I live in expensive real estate. He probably has a $3 million home. And that's the only thing of value he has left. So it's like a old dude showing you his 57 Chevy. It's embarrassing. Anyway, we ended up with Anthony Cumia. Dude, I gotta say, like when we came up with the concept, when I said, why don't I go there and we'll make it free on your site and free on my site, everyone can hear it. I thought that'll be fun, and it can only do good, cross-pollination, right? Maybe he gets some of our subs and we get some of his subs, and there's more people watching our shows, right? The more the merrier. But I'm sitting next to him and I'm like, wait a minute, he's the host. I'm in the passenger seat. He's running the show. He might be taking our subs. I kind of had this brief moment of like, I take my straw and I drink your milkshake. Like it says Anthony Cumia everywhere. And he's better than me.
You need to come up with some graphics. You know, I don't know about that. I think he respects you in the same way that you respect him.
But dude, if I do another show like Josh Denny, I love Josh Denny. If I do Josh Denny's show or Chrissy Mayer's show or Sherrod Small's show or Talib Starks, I'm just hanging out with a guy shooting the shit, talking about tits. I'm only halfway there. Like both my feet are not in because I'm repeating things I've said a million times and stuff like that. But with Anthony, like, you have to be head to head with him on what he's talking about and then be thinking of your next point. And your next point better be outside the box. It can't be like, well, lots of people are like that, and some are like this, and some are like that, and the answer's somewhere in between. You can't have a derivative thought like that. You have to come up with original shit like, if black on Asian crime is not on the rise, crime is on the rise. And Asians tend to be victims, and blacks tend to be criminals. That disproportionately, I'm saying. Relax, calm down. Don't bring this up in a court of law. And that's what I just described there. That's 20 seconds of content. This is an hour and a half. So we're going to have that on the site. I want to call it compound censored if it becomes a regular thing. But I only have so much chi in me. So if I'm doing an hour and a half show, then I'm not doing another 2 fucking hours here. Especially because does anyone like these calls? Is anyone really going, oh, good, it's the call-in show? But I guess this will be the podcast, right? We'll still make this the free podcast. Can you hand me those papers? And Ryan, #1 rule of printing, never print color, you fucking boob.
It's kind of racist, but sure. Okay.
Always switch to grayscale.
White scale.
And ad guy, don't add little cartoons to the ad reads.
Like Microsoft clip art?
This cost me printer's ink. I'm so cheap that when I see InfoWars and I see he's got like 900 papers out there and I can see he's printing in full color, I go, ah. Even with Anthony, I can tell that he's printing from the actual article. I'm like, just print the link. It's all so expensive. Our sponsor still.
I'm never going to financially recover from this.
TacticalWalls.com. Tactical Walls believes in the get fired, get in trouble, be brave, and never stop fighting mantra. Remember, Tactical Walls made us this. Now, we had a viewer say, can you put this up here? That's not a bad idea. Nah.
It obscures.
It looks a
it's
little
obscured.
I don't know where to put it.
Wasn't it under the helmet just now?
What?
It was there?
Yeah.
That's not perfect. I thought that
It's
was
the same
perfect.
genre, though. It's war vets.
You got a
I
helmet.
wonder
you
where
got
that
us.
helmet came from. My wife got it at a yard sale for my birthday. I wonder if that was really worn in, like, Korea.
Was it a yard sale in Normandy? On Omaha Beach? Hello?
That might be the worst joke you've ever told.
No, I was serious.
I don't remotely get it. But anyway. Tactical Walls.
Right.
New guys. Cool-ish. Cool stuff they're making. And it's not just a thing you can rest your gun on, although that's awesome. But they've got entire different sets. And, like, so there's things for guns, there's things for sports, there's things for all kinds of stuff. And there's all these cool secret compartment things. Like the tissue box. Like the drawer. Remember that shelf we had? That's going to be in our new studio. Where you move the statue, it activates, I guess, a magnet, and then boo, it drops down. Cool gun shit. Tactical Walls makes the defensive tools that give you a fighting chance. You want to keep a handgun or a shotgun hidden and secured inside your home? They got you. Tactical Walls make stuff for hiding guns, and they make stuff for displaying guns. And most importantly, they make it all in Virginia. When you support TacticalWalls.com, not only do you support UML, but you support the everyday Americans just like you who bust their asses to make great products. Remember, be sure to use one of the GOML codes to get 15% off your purchase. The codes include Gavin, Gavin 15, Rye Guy, Heels, or Sunglasses. Heels and sunglasses are in lowercase. Rye Guy, the R and the G are capitalized. Gavin, the G is capitalized. Gavin alone, the G is capital, but that might just be irrelevant. I don't think it's case sensitive. Anyway, any of these passcodes will save you 15%. But most importantly, use the code so that Tactical Walls know where their customers are coming from. Because if you don't buy this stuff, we die. And they won't, the guy who ran it made it very clear that he goes, if this ad doesn't work out, I'm not just going to stop sponsoring the show. I'm going to kill you. Mm-hmm. And he goes, do you think I would make Tactical Walls just to hold guns? Like, what? I'm obviously a gun guy. Like, I wouldn't be some random stranger. I wouldn't make a spice rack. I don't know spices. But I know guns, so I made a gun rack. I'm a gun guy, he said. And then he said, when you least expect it,
Yep.
that's all you'll hear.
You actually saved my life. Because he was like, I'm going to kill Ryan in front of you so it hurts you first before I kill you. And then you're like, oh, that wouldn't even bother me. And he was like, all right, I'm just going to kill you then. And I was like, that's what's up.
So if you want us to live, go to tacticalwalls.com, put in the code, let's say Gavin15.
I'll live either way.
That's tacticalwalls.com, promo code Gavin. Support veteran-owned businesses who support us. Tacticalwalls.com, promo code Gavin, Gavin15. Hey, ad guy, stop writing www dot, okay? It's not the year 2000. Thanks, Tactical Walls. We like you more than a friend. Walls in here.
True.
It's not hot outside. Why is it so hot? Is it these lights?
Maybe.
What are you doing now? That makes zero difference, dude.
Not true.
Yes, zero difference. Why don't you try that? You can walk by the window. Anyway, Tactical Walls is cool. I had this cop at my Jimmy's like, you know what you got to do? You know the bucket by your front door there with your umbrellas and all that kind of stuff? He goes, what you want to do is you got a shotgun in there, right by the front door. You know, lower down, saw it off so it's lower. You don't see it. But that way, that's right by your door. I'm like, that's the worst advice I've ever heard. Cops often give bad advice, I've noticed. And no, I'm not leaving a shotgun, a loaded shotgun, right by my door where my kids pass 1,000 times a day. Not gonna do it. All right, let's jump right into the calls. We've already given them. Hey, when are you going to put up the compound censored?
It'll be up after this. I'm going to have them put on the stream, but it's going to be a little...
What?
It'll be up right after the show.
When is that?
When are we going to end the show?
I don't know. Let's say
10 o'clock-ish?
10 at the latest. Probably before that.
All right.
So does it take long to upload?
This is about, what is an hour? Hour and a half? Yeah, it'll take about 40 minutes or so. What is this?
What are you doing over there? What is that?
I don't know. I've never seen that before.
What does it say?
It says keychain, login keychain.
Yeah, just use the thing you... I had that once, actually. It kept asking me for the same shit again and again and again. We got to get new computers. Or as my daughter said when she was 4, new McPuters. I notice when you talk about your kids to people without kids, you see them sort of go, like, let's get through this. It's like dog owners and their dogs. Like today on the show, I was talking about kids and how, I worry about my daughter dating some guy named Blair, whatever his name was, the black guy who beat the shit out of that Asian woman. And you can see in non-kid people's eyes when you say, if it was my son, I would, and you see them go. But you know what? I don't blame them because I don't really talk about my kids that much. When I do, it's an amazing story. But then there's these people who they usually had a shitty life and they finally have a kid and they can't believe how great it is. And they won't shut up about their cool kid. It's tedious. Like this other dude at my gym who's like, yeah, me and Kevin are going to see who can get a 6-pack first. That's his son. Okay. You and your son have a competition going for 6-packs. That's great. Great. Or you know who's really bad about that? Who's a great guy? Is it Bob Levy? Yeah. Bob Levy has a 14-year-old son, and he's like, yeah, he likes metal, and he plays the bass, and we went to see Iron Maiden. I don't fucking care. Do you think that's cool? That your son plays the bass and likes metal? Metal's for 14-year-olds.
Hello, you've got a bass.
It's not impressive.
Now that's how guys talk to one another.
Calls already. Steve is on the line.
Hi, Steven.
Uhuru.
Uhuru.
Hey, Gavin. For a guy on a budget, what alternate whiskey would you prefer other than Maker's Mark, which is the standard?
That's a good question. So Woodford Reserve is super pricey. All the good ones, Buffalo, whatever it's called, is pricey. Bullet is pricey. I mean, bourbon's pricey. I don't really like Turkey's Nest or any of the cheaper bourbons. I hate Jack Daniels. I don't know. You know what I kind of like just to do a shot, a little wake-up shot, is a Fireball. But you don't really want to...
How do you feel about Wild Turkey?
Pardon me?
How do you feel about Wild Turkey?
I just said I'm not a fan. I don't know why, though. It could be I'm just brainwashed by the marketing and everything. And I actually, my dad made me do a taste test, and I wasn't able to tell the difference.
All right, proud of your boy. Thank you.
Proud of your boy. Bye. But the fucker tricked me. He did 2 glasses with 50% Wild Turkey and 50% Makers.
Ha!
So I tasted one, and I was like, that's my Makers. That's delicious. And I tasted the other one. I was like, oh, gross. Turkey's Nest or whatever. Wild Turkey. Was it Turkey's Nest or
Wild Turkey?
Wild Turkey.
What about Seagram's 7 or Seagram's Canadian whiskey?
I never tried it, but I remember...
Pretty good.
I think I tried Canadian Club recently, and I was like, this is a lot like Maker's Mark. Or Crown Royal. What is Crown Royal?
I don't fucking know.
That's just such my parents' drink. Like when you're a kid in the 70s, that little plush bag it comes in is the coolest thing in the world. And all the kids at my school, they'd hold their marbles in it.
Right. It's whiskey. Royal Canadian whiskey.
Yeah, it's good. You know what else? Oh, I got an answer for you, sir. Fucking Tullamore Dew. Ooh. With a how'd you do and a Tullamore Dew.
Tullamore Dew is awesome.
If there's no Maker's Mark and we're doing shots, I'd way rather have a Tullamore Dew than a Jameson. And Lent is coming to a close, my friends. I think I might just sit in the bathtub and just drink an entire bottle and piss and shit and barf myself.
That's gross.